So you decided to go local, and you live by a port, and you saw that there's a port opening available. What do you need to know to be working a port? As well, what do you need to know about driving containers? Come on, I'm about to tell you about it. All right, first and foremost, one of the biggest things that a lot of people that don't work in the ports, what they need to figure out first and foremost is to move your fifth wheel all the way to the back. You don't have to be in the last knot. As you can see, I'm about 5 to the back. Reason why you want to move your fifth wheel to the back is because see how close my mud flats is to my landing gear? They'll come right off. They'll come right off if I have my fifth wheel up as high as it usually be with a regular trailer. Another thing, it looked like I have this right here is a dry box. You'll see these on a lot of these Dole containers and all of that. But that's more for a wet. When they're like, do you know the loads that come with the bananas in it? Another thing is you would notice is I cannot slide my tandems. You cannot slide your tandems. So a lot of your turns is gonna have to be a lot wider. As well as this is one of the most important things. Now I'm gonna come to the front because I know I'm getting unloaded. I know the guy about to come up. All right, boss.
Take care, my friend. Have a safe trip.
Yes, sir. As you can see, these you have to have them zip ties. On the container, you have to have zip ties on all 4 of the points of the truck, as well as making sure that your pins are in place. Now, with containers, I might have to talk a little bit louder because my friend just got in this truck. With containers, you have pins that hold it into place. And then it's basically the same hookup as the regular truck. I don't want to show that. It's the same hookup as the regular truck. Now I'm about to get back in the truck and we're going to talk about it a little bit farther and a little bit more into deep. All right, this is take 2. I already did the video already explaining everything, but my mic is getting caught up in my beard, and I just did not like the quality of the sound. But with that being said, it's a lot of things that it's going to take for you to get experience with when it comes down to containers. Reason being is a container is a whole nother monster in itself. Now, I'm not saying that it's harder than anybody else's job. I'm not saying that container drivers are better or they're better drivers. I'm just saying that no matter what you're dealing with, if you're a tanker, you got to get used to the surge. It's basically whatever your craft is, you're going to have to get used to it. It's not like, and don't get me wrong, your first time you can hop in and not have a problem. But I'm just saying with the problems I see out on the road. One of them problems being is you can a lot of times you can tell a new driver when you hear, oh yeah, such and such just popped the tire, or he had a blowout on the side of the road. A lot of times you already know that person never drove containers before, because with you not being able to move your tandems, you got to take a little bit wider and deeper turns, and that's just the tracking of the trailers. Where I live at in the New York, New Jersey area, we got a lot of them circular turns where everybody hates them. And really, you're going to get on the curve. It's just the thing about you taking your time. Because this container tracks the way it wants to track. And it's a lot different when it comes down to other containers. Now, and I'm going to tell you a quick little story about my first time with a 20-foot container. And it's so funny that I had my CB on and I went to attempt to back this trailer. And if anybody ever drove a 20-foot container before or a pup, they would tell you if that's the first time you backed it and you used to backing 53 footers, once you lose sight of that damn container, it's gone. You don't know where it's at. So my first time backing was I was up in at the Flying J on 81. Flying J 81, dang. I forgot the exit number. Right before you get into New York. So, going up there in like Binghamton area and all that. Right before I got into New York. So, I took to the back. And these guys been driving, because it was a gang of us going up to Canada. These guys been driving containers for about 5 years. So they whipped their truck right in. No problem. Now it comes to me. I'm parking right behind them. I lose control. I lose track of the trailer. So I'm thinking basically I know where it's at. That container was gone. I ain't going to say gone, but I really lost track of it. So after the third time, I heard somebody get on the CB. Oh, he must have got his license from Swift. Nah, that looked like a prime driver. Nah, that, So me, I get on the CB, like, I give anybody $100 if they can pack this container right now, first try. None of the people that I was with, they got out the truck because they knew that they was about to get a laugh out of somebody. So, an old timer, he had about 20, no, I'm lying. He had about 34, 35 years in, drove, one of the Pete's super trucker guys. He get out. Yeah, it's like, young fella, let me show you how to do it. I was like, all right, I'm going to put the $100 right here. Put it on the dashboard. And I knew I could have got this. I was not working at my company that I work for now. I was working for another company. Let's get that one straight. I let him hop in and try to attempt to back this trailer. Long story short, he said, young fella, I got to take my hat off to you. How the hell do you... So, with that being said, it's harder than what you actually, when it comes down to backing. When it comes down to backing a 53-footer, When it come to backing a 40-footer, it really ain't nothing. So I probably won't have enough time in this video, so I'm going to get to everything pretty quick because I told that long behind story. All right, peek it. When it comes down to these containers, you got to do your pre-trip. Bottom line, you have to do it. Reason being is, like I said, you got 4 pins that needs to be in at all times. 4 pins have to be in. Reason why is these chassis come apart from the actual box, the actual container. So the only thing that's keeping this chassis on this container, the container on the chassis is them 4 pins. Them 4 pins go out. If they're out and you pull off, your load is going to fall off the truck. It's going to fall off. I personally guarantee it. The first curve you take is going to fall off. So that's why them pins have to be in. DOT, you have to have wired zip ties on them. DOT states you got to have zip ties on it. I don't know why, because I don't think it's going to actually deter anybody, but I guess it is a deterrent for somebody that actually just don't have a sharp object to cut them. Because if somebody want to pull them pins out, they can pull them out. So I guess they just act as a deterrent. but you need them zip ties. If you get caught without them zip ties in the state of New York, I know it's $250 per zip tie. If you don't got none on, it's $1,000 fine right then and there. And at my company, it didn't happen before, you'll lose your job. Second thing is, I went over the fifth wheel, so you want to make sure that fifth wheel is back, or you're gonna turn it off your mud flaps. It's simple. It's simple as that. If they're not attached, you going to go ahead and pull them off. Now, I have a dry box today, so it's really nothing else I can really show you. The next video, I'm probably going to have a wet box, so that I'm talking about a container. So I'm going to probably have a wet box, so I can show you how to set it and what are you looking for. These containers, the things that you're going to need for these containers mostly is going to be make sure you have zip ties, like I said, because a lot of times they don't supply them, as well as you're going to need bolt cutters and wire cutters. When these containers come from overseas, they make sure they bolt them down and wire them down. So you're going to need bolt cutters. And I'm not talking about, hold on, let me see. I know I got one. Whew. I'm talking about these type of bolts. This is going to be on it. On this load that I have right now, I have 4 bolts on it. So imagine if, now I got them bolts off without a bolt cutter before, but I'm usually there for about 15, 20 minutes, just bang, bam, and a hammer on it. They said, so with that being said, don't be afraid to dry containers. Just know that a lot of times they're top heavy, so when you're going to run them curves, you got to slow down. You got to slow down. If that sign say 20 miles an hour, and you in a regular trailer, you can take that at 20, 25 miles an hour. In the container, you want to slow down to at least 15 because it's top heavy, and you don't know how to load this loader. Like I said, they have bolts on it, so you can't open it up. So you don't know what's back there. You don't know how it's loaded. And overseas, they pack them however they want to do. They don't have a lot of rules over there when it comes down to this stuff. One thing you want to do is your weight. Your weight is key out here. I pay attention to my PSI on my fifth wheel. Don't know if you can see it. No, I think I'm looking at something. No. Oh yeah. If it's about 61, I get it checked. If not, then I roll. These containers weigh heavier on your fifth wheel, so a lot of times when I get loaded, I tell them load me heavier in the back than the front because it's always heavier on your fifth wheel. I don't know. I just guess that's the way it's set up. Please remember that these containers are heavier than trailers. These containers, I believe, the most I was able legally to get inside a container was 41,000 pounds. 41,000. Anything 42, 43 is not going into a container. You got to get overweight permits. What I have did, a lot of times, a lot of companies, we have overweight permits when it comes down to containers. So if you go into a company that don't believe in overweight permits, then you need to be finding back roads to take to get away around these scales. Because please believe you're a target out here. They know, DOT know that these containers are heavy. They ran through enough of them, and they know that a lot of these chassis are fucked up. But look, man, knock them down. Yo, I'm about to start a vlog. I've been watching this boy named Jermaine. He be doing Uber videos and shit like that, man. I like his energy, and I like the way he just have fun doing it. So I'm just gonna be doing it for fun, man. No pun intended. Like just for fun, But knock them down. Signing off, man. I'm gonna get with y'all, man.